Greetings VLSI enthusiasts. I'm Nanson, your guide through the intricate landscape of VLSI design. So today we are actually embarking on a journey into the heart of VLSI. So whether you are a seasoned professional or a budding enthusiast or a master's or a graduate student and looking for an opportunity and wants to prepare like how to enter into VLSI, then you are at the right place because we are actually going to make a couple of series, or we can actually say a detailed and a much more oriented series that will help you start your VLSI preparations, and it's going to be a one-stop, and I'm going to provide the references also in order to prepare for certain topics from a specialized playlist. So before going on the topics, like what are the topics we are going to study in the upcoming playlist, it's better if I just introduce myself. So I'm an M.Tech final year student in embedded systems and VLSI from NSUT. So my batch is like 2024, and I have qualified the gate examination of 2022, and before that I have graduated from NSUT East Campus in electronics and communication engineering, which was formerly like AIACTR. Right now I'm actually interested in digital domain and I'm preparing for it, so I'll help you with the contents. Like most of the people face issue like what are the topics that we need to consider in order to prepare for the VLSI. So I'm going to mention here a list of 4 topics for the digital domain along with the basics of your analog domain that will actually help you basically clear doubts like what are the topics that you need to prepare basically. So without wasting much time, we are moving to the next slide. So now in VLSI, basically we have 2 domains. First is your digital, then your analog. And this we have front end and back end in both. So we will be much more aligned towards the front end, and we'll look at some of the basic topics of back end. But if you are a fresher and looking for an opportunity to start your career in VLSI, then my playlist, my content will be oriented toward the freshers, or so that they can prepare basically in general for the interview. So in interview they wouldn't ask you a specific to a profile like front end or back end or something like this. If you're going for a campus placement, then it will be much like digital or analog. And in either cases they are going to ask you basically to like both the things. If you are if you are going for digital, then it means that you must be knowing some of the basics of analog, and they will ask you the basics of analog also. So the concern that I am concerned towards making you comfortable with the digital electronics, all the advanced topic, all the basic topics through the questions, interview questions. But we will also consider the analog domain also. So I will start with your like STA, CDC, CTS, physical design, FIFO, clock divider, field study, and DFT. So what is STA? Like STA is a static timing analysis. Like you might be knowing or you might have heard about this thing. And then we will go with the CDC, that is the clock domain processing, and then this is FIFO. FIFO is basically linked with the CDC because it's a kind of solution to the meta-stability problem. Then we will look into the CTS and physical design flow. I have actually developed my interest in VLSI because I did internship in physical design flow in my second year of B.Tech. So I'll give you detailed as much as possible information regarding this, and this content will be more inclined towards preparing you for an interview or giving you a start to your career in VLSI. Like most people are confused like what to study, what not to study. So I have exclusively mentioned the topics over here and will provide you the content source also. Then we look at the clock divider, VLSI design flow, and DFT. Now coming to the VLSI design flow, starting your journey in VLSI, you must be knowing like what are the steps when we proceed with the chip. That is your RTL to GDS2. GDS2 is basically graphical data stream information interchange format, and your RTL is register transfer language. So this is basically done in Verilog coding, and whatever the design we are actually having specification, then we are making it RTL code. Then we are verifying the test bench, then proceeding with further steps. That is your VLSI design flow. We will look at this so that you get to know like what are the steps and what are the various topics that we need to study. Then we will go with the ASIC design flow because this is the most important topic which is like asked in most of the interviews of VLSI as far as I know. And then we'll go with the DFT topic. Also we'll go with the physical design flow. Coming to the topics subjects, basically those in the last slides I have actually mentioned the advanced topics. Now we are looking at the fundamental subjects. Fundamentals, basically you might have already heard about the digital, and then in this course we are actually going to study digital electronics with Verilog. So basically in your graduation you study digital electronics, and your master you're going to study digital system design. So what I'm going to do is I'm combining both these topics, and together we will be studying whatever the topics like combination circuit, digital circuit, everything, whatever things we are studying in this digital electronics, we are going to implement in the Verilog using the Verilog coding. Along with this, I'm going to consider certain topics of DIC also. These topics basically includes the most confusing topics, or the topics that need to be discussed, or like these are not clear. So I will provide you the lectures playlist or reference material for this, reference book for this. But along with this, I will also explain certain topics that are like most important topics for the interviews. We will actually discuss it in a much more detailed manner. Then we'll discuss some of the interview questions for the C and CO basic, especially your cache memory. I am planning if possible, or I will provide you the reference. Then we'll go with the analog domain. So already said you that in the VLSI interview, whether you are going for the digital profile, you actually need to know the basics of analog electronics. So the basics of analog electronics first include your network theory, then your RC network, then an analog electronics which you have studied in your B.Tech and your GATE exam also. Then we'll go with the VLSI design flow. This subject we actually like VLSI introduction to VLSI actually we study in the B.Tech, and then your in M.Tech we actually study VLSI design flow. Then we'll go with the analog IC. So analog IC basically includes most of these amplifier, like how we are moving on to next like different configurations of amplifiers. Like if you have a single stage amplifier, then why are we going to the multi-stage or cascade or cascode or folded cascade telescopic amplifier. So we are going to look on the topics that are like again and again I'm saying that this playlist or this lecture series will be more inclined toward preparing you for interview. So with this, we actually conclude our deep dive into the world of VLSI design. My fellow enthusiasts, I hope this session fueled your passion for VLSI and left you with valuable insights. Like if you have any questions and thoughts or specific topics you would like us to cover in the future sessions, share them in the comment section below. And for more exclusive VLSI content, remember to subscribe and stay tuned until the next time. And like keep exploring, keep innovating, and keep pushing. And what are the things you feel like these things must be covered, and like you have a specific doubt, you can actually mention in the VLSI section, in the comment section. And I make sure that this lecture series or this playlist or this channel will be more confined toward the VLSI specific topics, because if as a fresher we actually feel like what are the topics, how to start, and these kinds of basic questions will be considered in the future upcoming videos. Thank you. Have a nice day.